Should I just talk like this? Does that work? Hey nerds, it's Tiri. Welcome back to my show. As you can see, I have mostly fixed my glare issue. With some creativity, it wasn't as much of a pain in the ass. Topics of the day include recent class changes in World of Warcraft, interview with the dev highlights regarding future plans for World of Warcraft, great ways to obtain new followers for your garrison, new World of Warcraft raid Highmaul, LFR, and Mythic, and Hearthstone Goblins vs. Gnomes launch event. There were a few class changes December 9th, but most of them were done December 8th. I will go over those in a second. The most need-to-know information from the hotfixes December 9th, I feel, regarded the garrison. For example, the trading post Shatari Defense Quartermaster now sells a Sky Fry Battle Pet at Revered Reputation. One of the things I'm most excited about because I don't have the achievement yet. With the trading post, the Salvage Friends achievement required to upgrade your trading post now only requires Exalted Reputation with 1 Warlords of Draenor faction, down from 3. The change they brought to the salvage yard is that salvage recovered from garrison missions will now always contain an item. The barn work orders now have an increased drop rate for Savage Blood, and there are many more changes to the garrison, so check the hotfix link in the description to see the rest. So whether it be dev observation or player feedback, I'm not sure what inspired this, but I agree with the decision. There were a lot of class changes made in the hotfixes for December 8th. A lot of people were buffed. A couple people, maybe just one, were nerfed a little bit. But the ones that were buffed. And some of them, I have heard from many people, were much needed. So now if I start playing my mage, people are going to think it's because the mage was buffed, but that's just not me. So I guess I won't be playing my mage for a while. So for Arcane Mage, 4 of the abilities that start with the word arcane were either buffed by 16 or 10% damage. The Fire Mage had Enhanced Pyrotechnics and Molten Armor, both buffed, and Critical Strike Chance. For Frost, Frostbolt, and pretty much all of their AoEs were buffed from anywhere from 12 to 25% damage. The Monk's Rising Kick now causes the enemy to take 10% more damage from their further abilities. The Frost Death Knight's Frost Strike, Howling Blast, and Obliterate now do 7% more damage. The Fury Warriors, Bloodthirst, Raging Blow, Execute, and Wild Strike were buffed by anywhere from 10 to 30%. And Shaman. Well, yeah. I'm just gonna let you check that out for yourself. A few days ago, some of the developers went into Reddit and answered a bunch of our questions, so I'll go over a few of them here and then I will link you to the Reddit posts in the description so you can see the rest for yourself. Many of you will be interested to know there will be no flying in Draenor, at least not in patch 6.1. But they're going to be making some flight path improvements, which I don't know that they need. I could see maybe adding 1 or 2 in a couple different places when I've gone to do my stable quests, but other than that, it doesn't seem too bad. Guys, this isn't even something I've thought of, but apparently some of you have. There were questions posed to the designers about garrison music. They're actually looking into creating a system for custom garrison music. Apparently the, fighting music was a little too intense for just mining ore and picking flowers. Very excited about this. In patch 6.2, they are planning to possibly expand the garrison past tier 3. That is awesome. A lot of people are already level 3 in most of their buildings. I think it'll be awesome when we get to see the new bonuses your buildings will get when you reach a higher level than 3. Finalboss recently did an interview with lead game designer Ian Hazakostas and lead class designer Kris Zerhut. So here are some highlights from that interview, and I will also link you to the wonderful video here. You can click on it if you want to watch it. It's about an hour and some odd minutes long. One of the first highlights that stood out to me in this interview is that they plan to have the raid tier item levels spread out a little more than in the past, which makes more sense because then it really gives that accomplishment feel to having the higher mode or the next raid item level piece of gear, because it's really noticeable. I've heard some people complain about the graphics upgrade we received in Warlords of Draenor, and that it wasn't what they expected. The devs seem to agree. They actually would like to enhance the graphics even more. They feel that being a 10-year-old game, they really do have some areas that they could step up to the plate and offer us some better graphics. So hopefully we'll be seeing that in the future. we will be seeing our beloved Blood Elf enhanced character model in patch 6.1. Ian, Kris, and their teams seem to be perfectly happy with the role that Spirit is playing in Draenor. They're also happy with all of the secondary stats and how they do something unique, and they have zero regrets of getting rid of hit and expertise. This is funny. This is something that some guildies and I were talking about the other day. They're going to be changing it so that when your followers are working in buildings in your garrison, such as the Gem Boutique or the Herb Garden, they will gain experience. So no more painful rotating them to level them up and then not having somebody in those buildings because you wanted to level up the person that has the gem skill or the herb skill. Here's something that answered a theory that I had. I wasn't really sure as to why they released Looking for Raid and Mythic after Normal and Heroic. Why was Normal before LFR? My feels were they want to encourage people to try Normal. Well, we want to do the new raid, but I guess the only way to do it is to get some guildies together or a group together in trade chat and go in and try it in Normal. And a lot more people did that. The Normal mode of Highmaul is geared towards having 5-man heroic gear, which makes LFR even more optional than it felt before. Then Heroic, you should be expected to have some Normal mode gear, and so on. Molten Core was a one-time experience and is in fact limited to January 6th. It was definitely meant to bring people back to the old Molten Core experience while not making it the most hellish experience ever. To achieve that, they did alter some of the mechanics because it was nearly impossible for 40 random people to get together and get through them. I personally had probably the worst time ever in Molten Core. Luckily, Ederolf got lead and we were spamming raid warnings to only have him pull and just everyone, you know, telling people what to do. We had trolls pulling stuff. We had monks unknowingly, or maybe trolling, putting their ox totem out far enough to where it would pull ads from the side while we were tanking something. It was the worst. But you know what? I really do feel like it encompassed what is Molten Core without actually causing suicidal effects. Highmaul, LFR, and Mythic were released on Tuesday, December 9th. I have received nothing but good feedback from this, which is really impressive for LFR. Maybe it's because we went into Molten Core and all just went like this a bunch of times. Oh, I said no suicidal effects. Okay, whatever. Conflicting emotions, okay? One guildie said it took him 15 minutes. No one came close to dying and it was wonderful. Granted, that's only wing 1 of Highmaul LFR, which encompasses 3 bosses. Check the links in the description for the guides and the changes for each mode. Some tips and tricks on getting more followers that you actually need in your garrison. One of them is the inn. Every week, you can talk to the innkeeper, tell her what traits you're looking for in a follower. She will then show you 3 followers that meet that description and you get to pick one. This is how I'm gonna get somebody for my Gem Boutique, because I don't have anyone. And by the way, you cannot change what you have asked for once you have chosen it. I tried. I even tried abandoning the quest and re-getting it. She opens up right back up to that page. That little innkeeper has a damn good memory. A follower which you may not know about is Millhouse Manastorm. He's level 100. You get him from doing For the Children, which requires you to eventually go into Upper Blackrock Spire. Nat Pagel is one of the next ones I'm going to be working on. You obtain him by getting your fishing shack to level 3 and completing the quest line, A True Draenor Angler. To get the fishing shack to level 3, you have to complete Draenor Angler, which could take some time and work, but I think it's worth it. With a level 3 lumber mill, you can get Pylark the Evergreen. He shows up randomly when you're chopping wood, and eventually he turns friendly. When he's assigned to your lumber mill, you get more resources per work order and more. Check the link. Vindicator Haloon is an alliance follower that you get when you are revered with the Shatari defense. Haloon has Holy Radiance and 2 other random abilities. You can get the contract for him for 5,000 gold from the Shatari defense quartermaster. For specifics on these followers, as well as how to get upgrades for your followers, check the link in the description to WOWHEAD's guide. With Warlords of Draenor, we have new Dark Moon Fair stuff. think we only have till like Saturday at midnight. So if you haven't done it, get on it. You can get a Ring of Broken Promises toy that you can wear. If you go into the underwater cave and kill Erinis, he will drop the ring. You find somebody in the Dark Moon Fair who would like this ring. That's a quest you get. And then they give you the ring when you give it to them. Okay. There are a lot of other toys you can get, such as the flimsy yellow balloon from the balloon vendor, the blazing wings, which is from an NPC standing over by the largest building on the right side of the map. They will give you a task to fly up in the air with wings like from Elis Resort, and you fly through as many rings as you can. If you get through 50 of them, you are rewarded with the blazing wings immediately. There's a little achievement or quest thing where you get 15 rings, but that's piddly. Get 50, it's better. The blazing wings are cool. Brood of Elis Resort, that's the mini game that gets you the blazing wings. I couldn't think of what it was called. And there's also a Dark Moon whistle, which makes you whistle really loud and startle everyone around you. I'm sure that's amusing. There are more new toys from the Dark Moon Fair, but I will have you check the link for those. The final but most important thing about the Dark Moon Fair that you need to know is obviously while we are working on our professions from getting 600 to 700 in Warlords of Draenor, we want to go and take advantage of the profession quests that give us a +5 skill point in our professions. However, don't make the mistake of doing them before you've gotten your drop that allows you to proceed further in your profession. So don't just log on all of your characters and go do them before you actually have the extra ability to learn from 600 to 700. WOWHEAD is doing a drawing for the Magic Rooster mount, which is from the trading card game. I don't think you can get it anymore, and it's been listed for 250 bucks. All you have to do is comment in the link in the description that I will label in caps so you can spot it. Just link your favorite guide from the list and you might win the Rooster. Last but not least, bit of news for today is about Hearthstone Goblins vs. Gnomes. I personally love it. I've played a few games in it so far, as you may have seen one uploaded on my channel. If you play or ever plan to play Hearthstone, definitely log into Hearthstone before December 19th because you get 3 free card packs. So the end of the launch event. Again, December 19th. Aside from all the new cards and good stuff with Goblins vs. Gnomes, we also got a new option for buying card packs. You can get 60 card packs for $70. Something that has gotten a few people too, when you're buying cards, make sure you click on the Goblins vs. Gnome packs. There are categories on the left-hand side that say Classic and then Goblins vs. Gnomes. For Goblins vs. Gnomes, I absolutely recommend hearthpwn.com for deck and strategy ideas in the new expansion. Over at Hearthpwn, they want to see what you're getting in your packs. They actually have a spot specifically for players to upload videos of them opening their card packs. So if you want to get involved with the community over at Hearthpwn, there's your chance. Well, that is my show for today. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know why you liked or disliked this video. If you did like it, thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate that. Add me on all of your social medias. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I also live stream at twitch.tv/Tirinei. I will be live streaming this Friday night at 7:40 Pacific time. Sometimes I'm not on until like 8 because I'm getting my raid together and it just seems silly to stream that, but I'm gonna do my best, okay? All right, so until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and I will see you very soon, okay? I love you all. Bye-bye.